Hello, Mo and Steve. Jeff here. So what I'm going to do is just put together a quick video to help you guys understand what we love about Maui. So we've been to Maui a couple times last year and then once earlier this year. So we've done it with kids and without kids. So I'm gonna give you basically just an overview. We've done it both ways. So we've actually started in Hana first, and we've also started on this side of the island. And so you can kind of pick and choose how whatever you like. I'm just going to kind of give you our favorite highlights from Julie and I. And so basically, there's microclimates. So anywhere kind of on this area in here, Hana is going to be a little more rainforesty, really wet, tons of beautiful lush gardens. Same with up in here. Whereas down, all of this coastline is going to be dry, quite dry, and hotter. So there's just different pros and cons. So I'll give you a quick highlight of this eastern area. I'll quickly just touch base on things that are really cool to see. I'll just kind of go around the island very quickly. So there is a state park right in here called Isles Needle. It's a hike. It's probably a 7 out of 10. It's really cool, but not amazingly cool. And then once you leave and you come up this way, these pools are fantastic if you're going with your kids. Olivine Pools is dangerous, so I wouldn't take them. If you're on your own, it's just the two of you, I'd recommend going there. This is a really cool spot. It's a hike, and there's a blowhole at the bottom. You park at the top. We love it. My kids love it. It's something that I would go and see with your family. Next. So if you're like into paying for like, you know, zip lines and stuff, there's actually a golf course here, and there's a zip line that runs off the golf course. We've never done one. A lot of our friends have. One of our other favorite spots is off of when you're coming up the ridge. It's really cool just to drive the whole island. There's a spot called Surfs Up, so you can either drive down this little road here or just park and see all. This is where all the big surfing happens, right here on this part of the island. Lots of great waves. There's a bunch of beaches you can check out. I'm just going to find a spot here to give you an idea. So just coming down the same part of the island, you're going to hit an area called DT Fleming. So DT Fleming is a public beach. All of the beaches actually are public. This is a less groomed beach. However, the waves are quite large. Our kids love it for boogie boarding. I think it might be a bit big for your kids. However, you can actually walk across this beach, and there's this place in here called let's see if they name it. Yeah, Dragon's Teeth. So there's a trail. You can either jump up and hike this ridge, and there's some pretty amazing rock formations. There's a bunch of things you can see. It's right along the edge. You can kind of cruise up here. It's a really nice hike. Really beautiful rock formations, something that you probably wouldn't normally see. We loved it. One of my kids love this area. Let me just find the next spot here, make sure I'm giving you the right directions. So this next area is called Onaloa Bay. It's beautiful beach stretch, a little bit bigger waves, beautiful, clean beach. I'd say this next area, if you come in here, this is called Kapalua Bay. Kapalua Bay, I think, is probably one of the best bays. It's really calm, and it's your best place to snorkel. You're going to see a ton of fish, 5 or 6 turtles for sure. It's a really nice spot. I'd recommend going there for sure. Let's just see here. So we've also swam in Napili. Our kids love this. There's also a lot of turtles just in this area. Actually the waves are really nice for younger kids for boogie boarding. So if you kind of hang out on this area here, it's really nice. There is a bit of a rip curl, so if you're on this far end, it'll rip you out to sea and you'll have to swim back. So just be aware of that. So there's like really beach all along this coast. Just kind of my next really favorite spot is a place right off the Sheraton. If you actually can get a spot at the Sheraton, I think it's like $500 US a night or more. It's a pretty primo spot. Love it. So this stretch of beach, there's snorkeling in here if you dare to kind of swim out and around. Beautiful snorkeling in here. The really nice part about Black Rock is The snorkeling is average, but the waves are very calm. So this whole stretch from the top of Black Rock, so Kanapali Beach, is like, I would say, a 10 out of 10 beach or a 9 out of 10 beach, like right up there. So you can cliff jump along this area and then all of this area down all the way. If you can find a spot on this stretch of beach, it's beautiful. The Westin's really nice to stay at, the Marriott. We've been kind of all along this area. So this whole coastline is really pretty. Probably one of my top beach spots. So further down, another one of our favorite spots. Since you like tacos, Steve, Ono's Tacos, it's really legit. It's actually like out of a taco truck. I went back twice. So that's a side note. So this area is called Lahaina. At night, it's got a really fun outdoor strip where you can walk and just shop. So you can go and grab like treats, all that fun stuff in Lahaina. There's an outdoor market there. So Layla wanted me to share this with you. So in Lahaina still, there is a Foodland. So Foodland has fantastic sushi, fresh sushi, and also poke. Really inexpensive, but legit. The Tri-Ocean, amazing. Now this Foodland has something called mochi. It's the only Foodland in all of Maui that has mochi. They're like little ice cream things. Layla wanted you to go and eat some of those. They're expensive, but they're delicious. So the next area is Kihei. We've stayed here. This is a pretty massive tourist area. I personally don't love the beaches in Kihei. It's hot, and it's, to me, like I personally like, it's a 7 out of 10. There's a lot of really great restaurants. If you want restaurants, we can go through that later. But the one thing is you can get a lot of you get surf lessons. So the beach area in Kihei, it's really hot. It's really rocky. So but this whole area in Kihei is well known for surf lessons because the waves are really small and they're consistent. So that's a really great place to either rent a board or teach your kids how to surf. If you drop down, if you go further south, so down here is where you're really getting some good beaches. If past Kihei, let's just pull it up here. So let's just see here. So if you head down from Kihei down to Wailea, so Wailea is like super ritzy. That's where you're getting like ultra premium beach. There's no wave. It's super flat. It's like a Mexico beach. Really nice sand. So the nicest area is Wailea Beach. So right in here off the Four Seasons. Gorgeous. All of these beaches are pretty much legit. So anything off of any of the big resorts, there's public parking, so you can just public park and hit up any of these two beaches. Fantastic. And then further down, there's actually quite a few beaches. One of our favorite beaches that we like to go to because there's less people is called the Secret Cove Beach. It's public beach, but no one goes. And you do find there may at times be a couple nudists, but it's awesome. We love that beach. It's a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 beach there. McKenna Beach is also nice. This whole area is good for some snorkeling. All of this whole side has got some good snorkeling if you get into the rocks. Really beautiful areas for that. Let's just see if there's anything else here. So going even further down south, if you go down, McKenna Beach is really nice. The Little Beach and actually Big Beach. Now Big Beach is huge, but the waves are also massive. So your kids, you probably wouldn't take your kids there, but it's a fantastic beach. Just if you want giant waves, so I'd not recommend that for your kids. Jumping over the other side of the island, if you come up here, so this is a place you come out of the airport here, and you come up through here. So there's a place called Pa'i'e. So right in here, there's like a really fun, cutesy town that my wife likes that Mo would probably really love. Anything on this coastline, you're going to get some of the biggest waves in Maui. There's a place called Jaws somewhere up here. It's not showing up on the map, but I think it's just off this beach. It's pretty cool. Massive surfing if you want to see some big surfing. And then now you're actually, once you kind of pass all these different places, this is where you start getting into the road to Hana. So the road to Hana is like a 2-hour super windy road. I would recommend, I think it's called Maui Revealed. They have a ton of different stops in here. There's a lot of there's the bamboo forest hikes. There's waterfalls, tons of waterfalls, tons and tons of waterfalls you can stop and hike at. Oh, actually, if you so you can see as you kind of jump in here, there's different falls and just different things you can. So if you want to kind of go hit up the sites on here, I'd just get Maui Revealed. As you get further towards Hana, so most people don't stay out in Hana. They just come out for the day and come back. But honestly, there's so much to do in Hana that we actually spend like 3 or 4 days out here. So I would recommend if you're doing like a 10-day trip, I would do like 3 days in Hana, 3 to 4, depending on, probably 3. And then I would do the rest on the other side of the island. But we love this place called Niku. You can go out and park, and then there's like in that book Maui Reveals, there's like a hidden waterfall and swimming hole, and there's like the beach isn't that fantastic here, but it's just really, really beautiful. It's powerful. It's just more like a good view. Niku's cool. It's an old little city that we kind of explored. And then as you get to Hana, let me just zoom out here. So this is all like natural, like rainforest and reserves. So there's tons to do. You can kind of explore. I'm just going to get into Hana really quick. So once you're in Hana, there is, I'm not sure exactly what your kids would like to do, but I think I'll just kind of tell you what we love. Why Napa Napa State Park's cool. If you actually wanted to camp, this is where you'd camp, is in Napa Napa. In Napa Napa, there's a black sand beach right in here, and you can actually hike across this whole trail. It's gorgeous, very beautiful. The black sand beach is right here. It's really cool to see. And there's actually like a hidden path. I don't know if you can see it from here, but you can actually go in here, and there's like an underground pool back in here. It's actually on Maui Revealed. It says anything that says closed, danger, it's usually pretty cool. There's some caves back here. Really fun stuff. And then let's just get out of the state park here. So there's a lot of places to stay here on this island. You guys can check that out. But right in here, there's a place called Red Sand Beach. You park, and then you park in here, and then you cut through, and there's a beautiful trail, and then you drop down in, and there's a red sand beach. So this rock actually breaks the water, so you can snorkel, see a lot of fish. Love this place. If you can go when it's warm, it's ideal. Really fun place to go. Great stop. The one thing to note is we stop at Costco, get all our food, and then I take my older kids out for dinner. Eating is really expensive. You're looking at $20 a person per meal, typically. This guy right here, Brother Huts, he's a member. So in Hana, there is a branch. It's kind of cool. Church is really fun out there. So from Hamoa, our favorite spot next. So Hamoa is like our probably top 2 beaches in Hawaii for our kids. But you're gonna come down here, and there's this little heart shape. It's really hard to find, but you're gonna want to see. So this is a place called Papla'ani. So it's called Venus Pools. It's probably our favorite spot on the whole island. You park on the road, and then you follow this trail. You park, like there's some parking right before the bridge, and you hop the fence and you come down, and then right in here, it's called Venus Pools. So you'll see that the water is actually slows down, and then you can snorkel in here, but actually what's even better is you can cliff jump. So you can cliff jump from 2 feet all the way up to 10 feet. It's just a really gorgeous swimming pool. It's fantastic. Next spot, there's just really stuff to do along the way. I'm not going to give you it all. I'm just giving you our favorite stuff. There's really stuff for everything. There's a area over here. There's something called the 7 Sacred Pools. Sometimes it's open if you're lucky, or if you're closed. So this whole gulch here, it's got just different pools you can swim in that are formed through like multi-level waterfalls, which is beautiful. Typically, just depending if there's too much rainfall, they will close it just because of flooding, flash floods. So from the 7 Sacred Pools, I think there's some parking. There's the visitor center. So you can actually walk down here. You can actually camp if you're looking to camp. There's average beach, but you can walk along the beach here. But what's really fun that we did is we actually just paid, I think it's like 25 bucks. You pay to park and you cruise up, and there's a hike. Super, like, pretty tame hike for the kids. And at the end, there's a waterfall. When you get to the end, there's actually a sign that says "Do not pass." So you want to just go past that sign and then go and check out the waterfall. It's gorgeous. And anyways, yeah, it's just up here. So as Steve says, here's the high level. So at the end of the day, there's so much to do. I didn't go through any of the food. I tried a lot of fish tacos when I was there. Anyhow, recommendations for staying. I really love the Kanapali area. That would be my first choice. I would stay there depending on how long your trip. If you're doing a 10-day trip, I would stay there at least 3 to 4 nights. It's amazing. If you have the budget, I would stay next in Wailea. Wailea is amazing. The places are quite a bit more. You're looking at probably 600 bucks a night. Because we always have gone, when we've gone with our family, we've had to stay in a vacation rental by owner, just because we had 8 people. When we went, like, just with the two of us, we kind of, it was a different game. And then Hana, I like at least 2 nights in Hana. I think 2 nights would be 1 to 2 nights would be adequate. If you can get a place for 1 to 2 nights, 3 nights, depending on how much you love that side. So this is a bit more rainy, more lush, more rainforesty. This is where you're going to get really dry, beautiful hot beach area, and same with down in here in this whole area. Kihei is nice. Well, a lot of people love Kihei. I would say it's my least of my favorite spots. I know other people really love it. I find that the beaches are like a 5 out of 10. They're subpar. But Wailea is legit. It's just depending on if you can always visit. So we did stay in Kihei. We've stayed in kind of all those places. We've never stayed in Paie. It would be a fun town to stay in as well. So hopefully the video works, and have fun in Maui.